What's happening, family? It's your boy Illinoiyz with a Z, man. I know I'm looking rough right now, man. I've been in the trenches, baby. I've been working, man. I've been hustling, man. I've been getting it cracking. But I wanted to take the time to talk to the youth. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, man, somebody got to stand up and do something. We got a lot of brothers out here that's on a positive note, telling the youth the truth. And it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But let me keep it 100 with you, family. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing coming out of robbing, stealing, and killing, bro. But some time in the casket, bro. And I know you heard this story 1,000 times, but take it from a brother that's been in them trenches. I've been down. I've been out there doing my thing on them corners, on holding that move, hustling, whatever it took to get $1. You're looking at a brother that was about it. And I just came to the realization at one point that money, it ain't good money. It's going to spend fast. Lick money, all that money that you grimy and graping to getting, it's going to spend fast. Let me start with a history lesson. See, hustling wasn't meant to be for a lifetime. When I started hustling back in the day, it was because I didn't have things that my parents could afford. You know what I'm saying? I come from a pretty stable family. I had a stepfather. I had my mother. They was married when I was very young. And then I had my real dad that was always in my life. Always came and got me. But the neighborhood influence took a part of who I was and began to shape the person who I was. A straight A student. I made good grades. I mean, I didn't have a problem. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, other than anger, you know, what black man ain't mad, you know what I'm saying? So as a youth, I had temper issues, but I come from a stable family. And I began to be in the neighborhood that I was and get influenced by the guys who was in the neighborhood that didn't have as much as I had. You know what I'm saying? I had mama and daddy. A lot of guys I grew up with didn't have a mother and father. They had single parents. You know what I'm saying? And they was trying to find their way and find their identity when I didn't even need to do that. But I got influenced and I started eventually trying to make my reputation in the streets. And what I found was that when I was back doing my thing, the older cats, the OGs in the game, they wanted you to go to school, man. They wanted you to grow up and be something positive, not just to represent where you came from, but to represent that good can come out of the communities that we are in. These cats right now, these cliques, that was structure from where I came from. If you did something that was out of the lines of, you know, the rules that we live by, you got discipline for that. You know what I'm saying? Cats that I knew got punkin heads and, you know what I'm saying, mouth shots and all that stuff. And when they broke up that structure, thinking that they was cutting the head off the snake and the body will fall, we got all these little small cliques forming. And these little cliques eventually led to no rules. It's no rules in what's happening in the streets right now. And so we suffer with these young cats just doing whatever they feel is cool or to get a name or a body count. Man, I remember you could ride down on a cat and he had did something wrong and it was apparent that he had to be dealt with. But if he was walking with his mother or his grandmother, his girlfriend, it was off limits. You know how many cats we rolled past and was like, boy, ooh, you lucky you with your mama, nigga. Ooh, boy. But I feel like somebody had to come out and just say it. Man, y'all reckless, bro, and y'all got to stop it, bro. Y'all got to get some control on what's happening because they looking at us, man, and they eventually make an example for us. So let me start from the beginning. So if you grew up in the neighborhood and you didn't have name brand shoes or you didn't have gear, you was dirty, you know, your parents probably was, not the best parents or whatever the case may be. You went to the neighborhood guy and you got you a pack and you sold that pack and you made a couple dollars and now you got some food and now you got some little money to buy you some Bo Jacksons or some Mikes or whatever what was in then, some L1s. And, you eventually found a job. You eventually going to find your way and you get out the game. It wasn't meant for you to stay there and make a lifetime of it because it's only two things coming out of that. I don't know, out of 100% of cats I know in the streets, maybe only, I would say 10% of them found some type of way to retire. And it usually was on investments. They invested into real estate. They invested into different businesses in the neighborhood. They put themselves through school and they was able to eventually leave the streets. The object of the game that we had in the slums was that we had an alternate way to make money and get the things that we needed until we can get where we was going. You know what I'm saying? You invested it. I know a cat that, invested into different things and was able to make his way out the street. It wasn't to stay there. You don't stay, doing what you're doing, selling loaves of bread, selling packs. You use that to elevate yourself. Jay-Z said something that he said that Rakim told him. He said that constant expansion equals constant elevation or something like that. Always keep your mind thinking on the next way to make it for you, to improve your quality of lifestyle. And don't always think that it got to come from a negative environment. Man, listen, I am 43 years old. I am currently at Kennedy King College in the TV radio broadcasting program working on my associate degree. I'm like 7 or 8, maybe 9 classes away from graduating. I've been enrolled, bro, since 2019. Now, I was enrolled back in 2015 and I was in the streets and school just wasn't something that I was feeling. But at this age, I know now that ain't nothing coming out them streets, bro, but a casket or a jail cell. And I mean, who really, really want to deal with that outcome? As I began to grow and realize that I had opportunities out here. I worked at McDonald's. I worked at Walgreens. I done worked over 20 something jobs because wherever that money was at, I was going to get that immediately. And I didn't want to have to deal with the fact that I would rather collect something every 2 weeks and build on my dream of becoming who it is that I wanted to be or becoming what it is that I wanted to do than to throw rocks at the penitentiary and run from the police and because the money that you make, the money that you stack when you get caught, and you will get caught. Don't think that you're not getting caught. You ain't doing nothing new, boy. You ain't doing nothing new. I come from a family of hustlers. And all of them at some point had to deal with the police. They had to deal with drug cases. They had to deal with cases that a lot of that money went to lawyers to keep them on the street doing what they was doing. And you end up in this trap. You end up in this game where you constantly trying to put that money back. That don't got to be you, bro. I'm not knocking what nobody do for no money, man. If your situation is detrimental, I'm not knocking that because I come from that place. But when you get straight or you get away with one or two and you stack a couple of dollars and it's a way for you to make it out, make that way out because it ain't meant to be for life, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is what these cats that's using you to move that joint ain't telling you. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I work 2 jobs, bro. I work 2 jobs. I've been working 2 jobs for the last 2 years. And I've been building my business behind that. I done bought me a 4-bedroom crib in the suburbs where I got white neighbors. You know what I'm saying? My wife drives a very comfortable vehicle, a very respectable vehicle. I got me a little joint outside that I love, you know, and I just feel like it's better to, you know, when you can, get moving up out of that. Get away from that. Because they closing in, bro, and they trying to make it harder and harder for things that was done. Give you an example. John Dillinger robbed banks. He did the damn thing. It was, you know what I'm saying? If it was that easy for people to rob banks, that's what they'd be doing right now. You know what I'm saying? I just think that everything that we've been doing, our resources that we had in our communities for so long to be able to step up out of the game, they closing in on it. They closing in on it and they making it rougher and they making it harder. So if you got an opportunity to get and move to a better place and improve your quality of living, man, do it, man. Get on Indeed, apply for them jobs, Google things. We got a lot of resources. Y'all got a lot of resources that we didn't have when we was young. My first job, bro, I was hustling in the street and putting in applications, paper applications at jobs. And somebody called a friend of mine's mother because I had got into it with my parents. I was out on the street and I was hustling and gang banging and doing my thing. And somebody called my man's mother and she just felt like I was different. And she gave me that message. And I ended up calling them. I ended up going in for the interview and I got the job. If you don't know what to say during the interview, be yourself. Answer the questions honestly. I'm thinking about starting a program or a movement called Youth Incorporated where I want to honestly teach the youth job handling skills. I was in the county one time, man, and the young guys was up in there telling me that I had guys coming to me telling me they didn't know how to pray. It was crazy for me to hear that because I came from a background of religion. When my grandmother was an evangelist, my grandmother, her mother was an evangelist and a prayer warrior. So I grew up with God in my life. And that's another big factor that we have to weigh into. Man, prayer changes things, man. You pray and you press, bro. And you do what you got to do until you got to get up out of there. That's it. Keep the hope alive, bro, because you don't want your son following in your footsteps, popping 30 poppers and the joints with the switches on them and drinking lean. And you don't want that for your children. So if you don't want it for your children, it's not ever too late to change. I remember one of the young guys told me one time, he said, you know, big bro, I'm scared to turn over a new leaf because all the cats who change end up getting killed. And that was like profound to me, man. I was like, wow. He was like, yeah, man, you know, when cats start to, you know, turn over a new leaf or get involved in, you know what I'm saying, other things, they end up getting killed. And he named a couple of names from the neighborhood. I'm from the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? And it was hurting to me to hear that. But I come at the little brother like this. When you are trying to change, when you're trying to leave something, you got to stay away from it. You can't, you know what I'm saying, hold hands with God and walk with the devil, bro. When it's over, it's over. And you got to step away from that thing and you got to walk in that light. And no matter what it is that come out of that, you got to stick with it. And I'm telling you, just like you believe that things will come good to you in the streets after a certain while like they did for the OGs, the same thing will come out of positive living, man. And just being pure-hearted and not hurting people. Stand on it. It'll work for you. It's going to happen for you. I pray for my youth, man. I wish y'all longevity and prosperity, man. And I'm going to keep on putting these messages out and letting y'all know ain't shit, bro. Ain't not a motherfucking thing coming out them streets, bro. Your ass going to end up dead or you going to end up motherfucking in the cell for a very long time. And I say this to y'all because I got kids. I got 2 young boys. I actually got two sons and a stepdaughter and a stepson who I love very dearly, and I preach to them the same thing. Work hard, and they doing well. My daughter's at the post office. She got her own crib. My son is he's working at Coca-Cola. He's doing well. My other son is working at Delta Sonic. He changing oil. He doing well. And my youngest boy, he ain't even out of high school. He actually graduated next year. He working at a pretzel joint. You know, to make the pretzels and stuff. But they doing good, and they working, and they realizing the quality of a good dollar. And they ain't got to worry about looking over their shoulder, the stick-up man. They ain't got to worry about they owe nobody nothing. They doing their thing. And you should do the same, bro. Get you a job. If you need help, man, I'm going to be posting some resources so I can help my young brothers. But Indeed.com, you go where you can get some help. Libraries, community outsource centers, and get your resumes done. I'm about to start, like I say, youth.inc, and I'm going to be doing resumes. I'm going to be posting some very positive links and jobs on my page up under these posts so I can help y'all brothers, man, because I'm telling you, man, ain't shit out there in them streets, bro. It ain't cool to be accepting death at 16 and 17 years old and be toting no pole. And look, they slamming, they building penitentiaries all across America, bro. And penitentiaries is big money. The more y'all they can jam in there, what they get? They getting like, I don't know what it is. I can't even, I'm just going to make up something. They get like $100,000 an inmate. And it's taking like $30,000 a year to take care of you as an inmate. So you got to figure somebody on disability, what they get, about $600-700 a month. And that's what the state feels that they need to take care of that person for the year, $600-700 a month. So imagine what they getting for you, and you locked up, and they giving you the worst food, the worst bedding. You ain't sleeping on no Posturepedic, nigga. You in the joint doing 20 years sleeping on a little bitty mat, maybe 2, maybe 3, wrapped up in the sheet. That's not what we want for our youth, especially for the black youth. You know what I'm saying? Not only the black youth, the Mexican youth, all of the people that's affected by poverty living. We want us and our kids on top of things to be the best that they can be. And they out here. It's out here. The resources is out here. You making that money, put something up and pay for you some classes. I've been paying for classes for the last 3 years, and I'm close to my degree. You got to make the opportunities work for you. Things that's available. Get out there. Go to your alderman's office. Talk to your alderman. Find out, hey, what can I do? How can I get ahead? I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. They will help you. You know, they done dried up a lot of things in our resource, in our communities. They dried up a lot of resources because they want us to fail, man. They looking at our youth. They looking at our culture, and they don't want us to succeed. They don't want to see no more Obamas. They don't want to see, you know what I'm saying, no successful black men. Young brother, you could be the next president. You could be the next senator. You could be the next doctor, brain surgeon, neurosurgeon. All of that. It's in you, bro. You got it in you. And things going to get rough along the way. But let me tell you this. Nothing is worth having that you didn't have to fight for. Some of the stuff that you get, you're going to have to fight for it, bro. The same way you out there moving on ops for your territory and doing, you could be putting that energy into getting a degree. You know, everybody that get a degree don't turn out rich. It's true. Most of your millionaires don't got college degrees. But what it does is it puts you in an opportunity. It puts you it puts you in a position to be able to get a job where you can make some money, and the whole object in life is to be able to get some money. Most of my guys that got degrees don't work in the field that they got the degree in. They doing all kind of other stuff. But the degree to these people that got to give you these jobs says that you can start something and finish it. In the meantime, I wish you longevity and prosperity, man. Remember, I love y'all, and there's nothing that you can do about it. And at all times, bro, pray impress. I'm back at you in a minute, man, with another message. Man, get off them streets, bro.